Hello, my name is Jennifer Covell. I graduated from Tufts in 1986, and I am president of the Tufts University Alumni Association. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2021 Senior Awards ceremony. We hope that all of you are staying healthy and safe. While the pandemic prevents us from being together on the Hill in person, I hope you will nevertheless find inspiration as a result of hearing from the seniors we are celebrating today. To make the most of our virtual experience, please type your comments into the panel to the right of your screen. These will scroll throughout the event and provide a great way for us to connect with each other as we watch the ceremony together. I'd like to welcome the honorees, their family and friends, my fellow alumni, and others from the Tufts community. Welcome also to President Tony Monaco. The Senior Awards ceremony was established in 1955 to celebrate the achievements, service, and dedication of some truly extraordinary graduating seniors who inspire us. As a class, you have faced unprecedented challenges in the wake of COVID-19, which in my mind makes your accomplishments that we are celebrating today all the more impressive. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you and your classmates with open arms to the Tufts alumni community. While you will soon be ending your time as students, your careers as Tufts alumni are only beginning. We hope to see you back on the Hill at reunions, homecomings, and engage with other alumni events, organizations, and activities from wherever in the world you end up in your lives. As I approach my own 35th Tufts reunion, Tufts still holds a place in my heart, and my sincere hope is that it will do the same for all of you in the coming years. Thank you to the awards committee of the Alumni Council for all of your hard work in selecting this year's honorees, and to committee co-chairs Maria Madison, Peter Broder, and Peter Bronk for your leadership of this committee. Thank you also to the nominators and supporters who introduced us to the excellent work of graduating seniors from the School of Arts and Sciences, including the School of the Museum of Fine Arts and the School of Engineering. You'll see a list of those who submitted or supported the nominations. Congratulations to the many nominees who were put forth as outstanding members of the senior class. This year's honorees have wonderful stories to share. Their work has touched the lives of many. I encourage you to follow up with them after this event. As you might imagine, there are many people who have been instrumental in supporting this event over the years, including faculty, Tufts leaders, alumni, and others. Especially in times like these, the Tufts Alumni Directory allows us to stay in touch with our fellow jumbos who are spread throughout the world. I strongly encourage you to update your profiles and set your email preferences, and to continue to do so over the years as they go by. It is now my pleasure to introduce Anthony Monaco, the 13th president of Tufts University. As you may know, Tony joined Tufts in 2011, coming from Oxford University, where he was a top administrative leader, the pro-vice chancellor of planning and resources. Tony also has had a distinguished career in the sciences. A graduate of Princeton University and Harvard Medical School, he has led the pathway of innovation in using genetics to help unravel diseases such as muscular dystrophy and autism. Thank you, Tony, for being with us for today's ceremony.
Thank you for logging on as we recognize these extraordinary students and celebrate with their families and friends, our alumni leaders, and other members of the Tufts community. I'd like to thank the Alumni Association for sponsoring this important program. Since 1955, we've been recognizing outstanding seniors at Tufts with these senior awards. I'm sure that generations of previous senior award winners are viewing this online with pride. I'd also like to thank the members of the award committee for spending many hours reviewing the nominations and selecting these 12 seniors from our stellar student body. Thank you to Maria, Peter, and Peter for your leadership of the committee. To all our senior award honorees, I hope you know that just because this public health crisis has interrupted your time on the Hill, it does not diminish your achievements or the value of your contributions to our community. In fact, you are the light on the Hill during these challenging times. You have worked to make Tufts even better than it was when you started. You have set an inspiring example, strengthened our community in innumerable ways, and are the best possible reminder of why we all care about Tufts. Through an amazing variety of public service activities, you have helped to improve the lives of people both locally and internationally. Congratulations to all of you. We know that you will accomplish much, and we will follow your careers with great interest. As members of the worldwide Tufts community, you will expand the university's reach and strengthen its reputation through your continued success. Soon you will become a part of the Tufts University Alumni Association. We hope that you will remain engaged with Tufts in the future. Exceptional students like you have gone on to serve in a variety of volunteer leadership roles for the university, from interviewing prospective students to serving on our board of trustees. We are very proud of all you have accomplished, but you could not have done it alone. As teachers and mentors, many members of the faculty and staff have been critical to your success and personal growth. I hope that you will maintain these special bonds in the years to come. Thank you to our faculty and staff for all that you do to support our students. And to the parents and families watching, thank you for sharing your loved ones with us and providing them the support that brought them to this point. This is always one of my favorite opportunities to celebrate exceptional students each spring. I hope that when you log off, you have a renewed sense of how extraordinary our students are and an even greater commitment to Tufts. Congratulations again to our seniors. I wish each of you continued success and happiness, and I look forward to seeing you back on the Hill in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, President Monaco. I am pleased to introduce the 2021 Tufts University Alumni Association Senior Awardees. I will announce your name and read your citation, and then you will share brief remarks. Mateo Gomez. Mateo, you are from Los Altos, California, and interested in sustainable development and public health. Prior to joining the Tufts community on campus, you participated in the Tufts 1+4 Bridge Year program, where you took an international gap year to work full-time at a nonprofit community organization in Leon, Nicaragua. As a first-generation college student, you've excelled academically and have learned to apply these skills outside the classroom. As a Laidlaw scholar, you researched the use of ceramic filters for arsenic filtration in low-income contexts. Last summer, you joined the Leveraging Environmental Epidemiology for Equity Lab at Tufts, where you worked on a research team to investigate the role of air pollution and meteorological factors on COVID-19 transmission and severity. You've served as a senator in the TCU while working as an engineering intern with the City of Melrose. Mateo, on behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, it is my distinct honor to bestow upon you the Tufts Senior Award for all that you have done and continue to do for Tufts University and the larger community. Thank you so much for your service. Congratulations, Mateo.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mateo, and I am so humbled and honored to be receiving this award alongside so many other civic makers, passionate leaders, and accomplished students. I want to first start off by thanking the Alumni Association, the awards committee, and all of those other individuals who've been involved behind the scenes in order to make this event possible. My time at Tufts has been shaped by so many faculty and staff who have mentored me and taught me the importance of dedication and compassion. I want to thank my professors in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering for equipping me with the analytical skills needed to make an impact on the world, and my major advisor, Chris Swan, for your humor and thoughtfulness. I want to thank Don Turkla and the Laidlaw Foundation for teaching me to never give up on my dreams and for somehow always having food that I can take home with me. I want to thank Professors Danielle Lantain, Jonathan Lamontagne, and Laura Corlin for allowing me to work in your research groups and for letting me learn from your wealth of knowledge. And last, I want to thank Jesse Crow-Rothstein and the staff at Tisch College for teaching me over the last 5 years what active citizenship looks like, and for allowing me to begin my Tufts journey with a year abroad with the 1+4 Bridge Year program. I hope I can continue to make you proud and invest in the next generation of young leaders. Thank you.
Subin Jeong. Subin from Medford, Massachusetts, represents the best and brightest of Tufts students. Throughout your studies in community health and Spanish culture, you have actively participated in combating oral health care disparities. You volunteered at the Action Dental Clinic and the Sherwood Dental Project to provide affordable care to underserved populations and gave back to your local community as small business and financial support intern for Newton Neighbors, Helping Neighbors, and as an EMT in Somerville. Additionally, while serving as captain of Tufts Women's Fencing and supporting dental research at the Kaplan Lab, you maintained a rigorous academic load and were inducted into the Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society. Subin, on behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, it is my distinct honor to bestow upon you the Tufts Senior Award for all that you have done and continue to do for Tufts and the larger community. Congratulations, Subin.
I'd like to thank my family and friends for unconditionally supporting my dreams. I could not have gotten to where I am or become the person I've become without them, nor would I want to be without them. Additionally, I would like to thank my major advisors, Shalini Tendulkar and Maria Juliana Berte, for guiding and supporting me through my journey at Tufts. I had the pleasure of working with Shalini outside of class this summer. Together, we worked on a grassroots effort to help families impacted by COVID-19 in a nearby town. Through this work, I was able to see Shalini in action and begin to understand the intricate details and moving parts involved in community health in the real world. But coming to Tufts, I had never heard of community or public health, and I did not imagine that I would eventually major in it. But by some stroke of luck, I decided to take a course called Healthcare in America my freshman fall. In that class, I learned about the US healthcare system, all of the deficiencies and convoluted rules, and also met my best friend of 4 years. During the current pandemic, I have seen the good that can come from the application of public health in disease transmission prevention, health messaging, and vaccine distribution, just to name a few. As a future healthcare provider and public health professional, I aim to be part of this light that provides hope during dark times. And as an alumna of Tufts, I hope to act as a mentor to those who aspire to do the same.
Isabella Kiser. Bella, you are finishing your 4-year combined degree with a BS in Environmental Studies and a BFA in Studio Art from the School of Museum of Fine Arts. You're a member of Phi Beta Kappa, 2-time Dean's Research Award recipient, and 2-time Wade Scholar recipient, as well as the 2020 SMFA photography winner and founder of the Combined Degree exhibition. You've been a teaching assistant in the Urban and Environmental Policy and Planning Department, a Sustainability Communications intern, an administrative assistant with Kids Street, where you started an after-school program and oversaw the animation and video studios at the SMFA. You also co-founded and co-directed the Teen Artist Creative Oasis, a Chicago-based project that provides resources and opportunities for local youth artists. At the Art Institute of Chicago, you ran a teen lab program and created various pieces that were displayed at the museum. While studying in Paris, you organized the end of semester exhibition for the study abroad students. Pablo Picasso said, "Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life." We hope that with your talent, you'll bring some beauty and reason to this most bizarre times. It is with great pleasure that we, the Alumni Council, are pleased to award you with this senior award. Congratulations.
I'm absolutely honored to accept this senior award. Thank you to the Alumni Association for making this all possible and for holding this ceremony. The past 5 years have been tumultuous as I started college in 2016, the beginning of one of the most contentious presidential eras in history, and I'm finishing college in the middle of a global pandemic. That being said, I would not trade my college experience with any other. I have found an amazing support system at Tufts that has helped me to exceed my own expectations, even in the most challenging of times. And so I'd like to start by thanking all of my professors who have believed in me, offered me amazing opportunities, expanded my knowledge, and helped me to find and then pursue my passions. Thank you to the Office of Sustainability for an amazing work environment and experience, and for allowing me to understand that I want all of my work to have a positive impact on this world. Thank you to the SMFA staff, faculty, and administration who always have my back and brighten my days in the studio. Y'all are the best. Thank you to my amazing friends. You all inspire and motivate me every single day to keep doing what I love, and y'all have helped me through my lowest points. Working hard during the weeks was always worth being able to dance the nights away with y'all on the weekends. You know who you are, and I love you all very, very dearly. Thank you to my wonderful parents, whom without I would not be able to attend this school. Y'all are the most supportive and loving parents a girl could ask for. And thank you to my brothers who keep me grounded and remind me that life doesn't have to be so serious all the time. Thank you all for helping me get through my college career. I love and am grateful to each and every one of you. And congratulations to my fellow awardees. You are all so impressive. It's a privilege to receive this award alongside all of you. Thank you so much.
Lein. Alex, your achievements and impact on campus were summarized by Mindy Nierenberg, former Tisch College Senior Director of Programs, who said, "In the 37 years I have worked in higher education, Alex is one of the most fitting candidates for this award that honors academic achievement, community engagement, and leadership. A Dean's List student every semester with a BA in interdisciplinary studies and a minor in English, you were president of the Leonard Carmichael Society, served on the Tufts Community Union, and were a student representative on the Tufts Board of Trustees. Last year, you became the student coordinator for the Tufts University Prison Initiative of Tisch College and worked to develop My Turn, the Tufts Education Reentry Network Certificate Program. This past summer, after an early return from study abroad due to COVID, you proposed the idea to provide summer funding for the Tisch Student COVID Response Program to address the needs of students who had lost jobs and were quarantining at home. You had incredible ideas for projects, but no funding. That program provided support for 94 students and 77 projects. Alex, on behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, it is my honor to present you with the Tufts Senior Award in recognition of all of your leadership, scholarship, and active community engagement. Congratulations.
I think one of my most distinct memories from this year was driving down I-93 South after a night delivering meals with my friend Eve in Boston. It was one of the first snows in the city, and we were going through that tunnel, and the car slipped a little. I think we both closed our eyes and held hands, hoping for the best. I could make some joke about Eve being from Tennessee or whatever, but I'll refrain. In many ways, I think this story has served as an allegory for this year, the year that our class experienced together. At times, it's been scary, but we've held on and gotten through it all. I wanted to start with a story because to me, this year, possibly more than any other, has been defined by small vignettes and moments of caring and collecting tons of Spindrift cans, as you can see behind me. Nearly all of my favorite memories at Tufts seem to revolve around sharing love, laughter, and food, whether cooking an all-inclusive supper club at my apartment last year for over 50 guests or dropping off baked goods this year for as many Tufts students as possible. So much of what I have learned here has come from all of you, and has taught me how to learn beyond here. This year especially, I think about the individual and collective struggles of our class, and how many of us are not even getting to be celebrated with something as simple as walking across the stage at commencement. I'm thinking about how we can think of one another and recognize each other in new and different ways. Sometimes for things as simple as just being here and making it this far together. I'm thinking about what it means to be a white, wealthy student in this community during a pandemic and to be receiving an award. What I can do to break down systemic inequalities and structures that continue to perpetuate racism and anti-Blackness, even in communities that many of us feel so comfortable in. Without any of you, I wouldn't be here at all. I want to give a shout out to all my fellow awardees for being so cool and so badass, but also all of you, my other classmates and everyone else who is a part of this community, on screen and off. My professors and advisors have made my educational experience what it is, but everyone I've met along the way has played a huge role in carving that out, from everyone at Tisch College to my freshman floor. I do want to thank the Tufts University Alumni Association for this honor and give a special shout out to my family, my parents, my brother, 2 dogs, and everyone else at home, the constants in my life who keep me going. I owe endless thanks to those by whom I am lucky to be surrounded by each and every day, even if on screen sometimes. It's the persistence of community and love, the very fact that we are all here right now, and how we support one another that makes us so strong. And a special shout out to the class of 2021, because we did it, and that's saying something, for being together, doing together, and staying together. I love you all with my whole heart.
I would like to now introduce my co-chair, Peter Broder, another awards committee co-chair, who will introduce our next 4 honorees.
Thank you, Maria. Daniel Ndirangu, you have a unique path and world outlook, distinguishing yourself as a leader during your time at Tufts. You have firsthand insight and influence in the potential of economic development to improve outcomes across Africa, and more specifically, the potential of effective integration to address overarching problems on the continent, including poverty, conflict resolution, and terrorism. You have developed a real sense of the need for collaboration. This is illustrated in the way you approach academic and service-based challenges. Recognizing the benefits of interdisciplinary teams, you aspire to carry this approach into your international problem-solving efforts. You already have experience as a policy strategist facing challenging issues, and you have been a staunch advocate for alumni, networking to bring people together and help one another. You will be a fantastic ambassador for Tufts. Daniel, on behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, it is my honor to bestow upon you the Tufts Senior Award for all you have done and continue to do for Tufts and the international community. Congratulations.
Thank you. I think back to 4 years ago, in August 2017, when I, a kid from Kenya, came to Tufts with big ambitions. It was on the back of what had already started to take the shape of a dangerous national political establishment, with racism and xenophobia being prevalent. As a Black international student, I remember fearing for my safety as well as that of my visa status in the United States in the lead up to freshman orientation. I thought I would have a terrible experience, given what I'd constantly had on international media whilst in Kenya. My time at Tufts has been anything but. I would describe my Tufts experience as a continuous harnessing of potential. As I look back on the last 4 years, never have I or any friends I've talked to been told that you cannot do it. It is always, what help do you need? Or go for it, you can do it. Throughout my time here, I've always had support from faculty, staff, students, and everyone in the Tufts community whenever I needed it. It is through their continued support, through thick and thin, and most especially in these uncertain times, that I'm here today, humbly accepting this award. I would like to thank the Tufts Alumni Association for this award, Heather Barry at the Institute for Global Leadership for being a wonderful mentor to me and many others, Professor Paul Robinson at the Department of Political Science, who I have been under the tutelage of in my undergraduate career, my academic advisors, Professor Hardman and Professor Ekbla, Katrina Moore and the Africana Center, Jane Itish Andrews, Andrew Shutani, and everyone at the International Center, Professors Foster, Penvan, Cons, Macmillan, Eichenberg, Williams, and the many other faculty and staff who I might have omitted but have defined my Tufts experience. I would also like to thank my family and friends who have continuously supported me. And to my fellow honorees, congratulations and go Jumbos.
Bao Ngetich is a leader among leaders, demonstrating resilience and excellence in all avenues of life. Indeed, Bao, you are an inspiration to us all. While taking some of the most challenging quantitative courses at Tufts, including econometrics, finance, and math, you modeled overcoming adversity across so many challenges. Your lived experience is a testament to fortitude, resourcefulness, and flexibility. After emigrating from rural Vietnam to the US at age 14, you learned a new language and culture upon arriving, and later became valedictorian, class president, member of the National Honor Society, and track and field captain. As president of the BLAST program at Tufts, you mentored and supported incoming students and developed creative, practical ideas about fundraising. You volunteered in an ESL program for immigrant women and children, were part of the Asian Task Force Against Domestic Violence, were co-captain of the cheerleading team, and worked on the executive board of the Tufts Financial Network. Vi, you are an inspiring, humble leader. On behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, it is my honor to bestow upon you the Tufts Senior Award for all you have contributed to Tufts and the broader community. Congratulations.
First, I would like to express how grateful I am to receive the 2021 Senior Award. I also want to congratulate all of my fellow senior awardees. You have all accomplished so much over the past 4 years, and it is truly humbling to be sharing this experience with you. And with graduation being right around the corner, I would like to take this time to reflect on my journey. If you had told me in high school that I would be graduating from Tufts University with a degree in economics, I would not have believed you. For someone like me who comes from a first-generation and low-income background, this moment is everything that I have dreamed of when I came to America. I still remember vividly how my mom started crying when I told her that I got accepted to Tufts. Even though she didn't really speak English at the time, she knew how important this would be for me and my family. So being here today is our American dream coming true. I want to thank the admissions office for giving me this life-changing opportunity to be a part of the Tufts community. I'm just so grateful that they believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself at the time. This experience is something that I will carry and cherish for the rest of my life. I also want to thank the Neary Family Scholarship Fund for sponsoring my education. Without their help, I would not be here today. This scholarship has not only made it possible for me to pursue my dream, but it has also taught me the importance of philanthropy. I have been and will be giving back to my community because I understand that receiving help, no matter how small, can change someone's life. I want to thank the BLAST program for helping me transition from an underfunded high school to a rigorous college curriculum. It was also through the BLAST program that I got to meet one of the best people of my life. Thank you, Chief Diversity Officer Robert Mack, and thank you, BLAST Director Jared Smith. Thank you, Professor Quinto and his wife, Judy Quinto, for their advice and guidance when I needed it most. You have both given me so much hope and encouragement during this journey. Thank you, Professor Chris McHugh and my teammates from the Boston Federal Reserve Challenge. I have learned so much from all of you. And last but not least, I would like to thank all my friends and family for always providing me with unconditional love and support. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for working hard your whole life to provide me with the best. I will forever be grateful.
Maame Opare-Addo. As a biopsychology major, you have distinguished yourself as a tutor in biology and chemistry and as a TA in physics, working with professors to implement best practices for content learning and student engagement. You interned in the Tufts University Office of University Counsel, where you analyzed and summarized university administrative, labor, finance, and data privacy policies, and conducted a comprehensive review of the new collective bargaining agreement, including drafting an implementation plan. Using attorney manuscripts, you prepared higher education law presentations given at the National Association of College and University Attorneys Conference. You have served as a pre-orientation coordinator, peer leader, and budget manager at the Africana Center, and as a mentor for the Strong Women, Strong Girls organization. You have been co-president of the Minority Association of Pre-Health Students, all while maintaining a high grade point average and a difficult course load. Maame, on behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, it is my honor to bestow upon you the Tufts Senior Award for all that you have done and continue to do for Tufts and the larger community. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maame Opare-Addo, and I'm so honored and humbled to be receiving a Tufts Senior Award in the company of my amazing peers. Congratulations to you all. I'd like to thank the Tufts Alumni Association for recognizing me in such a special way and for creating this platform for me to celebrate with my loved ones. I also want to thank my parents, my uncles, my aunts, my cousins, everyone in my family for encouraging me throughout these 4 years and throughout my life in general. The love I've had from my family has never been a scarcity, and I am so grateful for them and for the entire village that I have behind me. I've experienced so much personal and academic growth in my past 4 years at Tufts, and I've always felt so blessed to be at the right place at the right time. My experience would not have been possible without the wonderful Tufts community. I want to thank the First Resource Center and the Africana Center. I want to thank Jared Smith, who nominated me, Margot Cardamone, Rob Mack, Katrina Moore, and Dominique Johnson. Thank you all for shaping me into the leader that I am today. I'd also like to thank all the ladies at the Office of the University Council, whom I interned for in my freshman and sophomore years. They're some of the greatest mentors I've ever had, and I'm so grateful for their support. And even though I might not be going the law route, because of them, I'm looking forward to having a policy component in the healthcare work that I want to do in the future. Thank you to my academic community, professors in the biopsychology, physics, and chemistry departments for helping me see myself as a scientist. It's because of you that I pursued tutoring, and I'm so grateful that I get to share the knowledge that you've imparted on me. But not only that, also the learning spirit and just connecting with other people is such a huge thing that I've learned from you all. And so I'm happy that I get to do that as a tutor. Finally, I want to thank my friends, from those at home to those that I made right at the beginning of my freshman year, and those that I made through Strong Women, Strong Girls, MAPS, tutoring, and just being in mutual spaces. It's been difficult to be separated from each other in our last year, but I will cherish all of the wonderful memories that we've made together. And I'm looking forward to graduation in just a month with you all. To all these people and countless others that I've had the honor of being in community with at Tufts, you have no idea how profound of an impact you've had on me. And I'm very proud to call myself a jumbo. Thank you.
Thomas Risoleo, you have taken your interests in music, science, and engineering to impressive levels and proven yourself as a leader and valued collaborator in these diverse pursuits. As an aspiring scientist and physician, you have worked in multiple research laboratories and co-authored several published papers. As an award-winning pianist, violinist, composer, and vocalist, you have performed in and with multiple ensembles and co-led the Amalgamates a cappella group. As an active member of the Tufts and surrounding communities, you have worked as an EMT on campus and a local hospital, and taught and organized EMT courses, taught a course at the Experimental College, and continued to host a free-form radio program at WMFO. Thomas, on behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, it is my honor to bestow upon you the Tufts Senior Award for all you have done and continue to do for Tufts and the larger community. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. First, I just want to say congratulations to all of the other honorees and thank you to the Tufts University Alumni Association for this award. So many people have made my Tufts experience possible, and I just want to briefly acknowledge some of them. First, I want to thank my parents for always being encouraging, supportive, and really making it possible for me to have the college experience that I wanted to. I also want to thank my friends who have made the last 4 years infinitely more than just receiving my degree. I'd like to thank all of the faculty in the Biomedical Engineering Department, especially my advisor, Lauren Black, and our department chair, David Kaplan, for their mentorship and guidance, both academically and otherwise. I'd also like to thank my piano teacher, Thomas Stumpf, who I met my first week of college and has been a true mentor and friend throughout the last 4 years. I'd like to thank Howard Wolf and the entire ex-college staff for providing the opportunity to teach a college course on superhero movies, which seems ridiculous when I say it out loud. And finally, I'd like to thank Mark Roach, Dr. Stacy Sperling, and the entire staff of Tufts EMS for their dedication and support to both me as a member of TEMS and the broader Tufts community. I've been incredibly lucky to see so many different sides of Tufts, from music to engineering and everything in between. I came into college laser focused on the path that would get me into medical school and hadn't even considered how much more there was for Tufts to offer. Even for my first week, I tried to do everything that sounded even remotely interesting to me. A cappella, radio broadcasting, research, sports, pre-orientation, and even though I eventually settled into a somewhat manageable number of commitments, most of those were experiences I never would have gone out of my way to seek out, and I'm glad I was able to do them. I also want to reiterate my gratitude to Tufts EMS, both the organization and the people that comprise it. In many ways, TEMS has been the center of my college experience, and it is one of the things that impresses me most about Tufts. Members of TEMS are my friends, and we are all often goofy college kids, but when a call comes in, I've never seen anyone on TEMS act with anything but the utmost professionalism and competent care. Many of the calls and situations that I've been in on TEMS have been some of my most meaningful moments at Tufts, and that obviously couldn't have happened without the rest of the organization. My last 4 years can best be summed up by an evening I had in February of 2020. I left a piano lesson to get on duty for a TEMS shift. I then checked in on a research project before heading to dinner with an old friend from the Amalgamates. Finally, I took the TEMS truck and AED into Lein Hall to moderate a debate with my co-teacher on the morality of Marvel villains. I just can't imagine another place where I could have had that evening. Even though I'd always had ideas on how I wanted my college experience to go, and not all of those came true, looking back on it now, I realize that Tufts has given me so many opportunities for which I will always be grateful. I will still be part of the Tufts community a little while longer, and I'm excited to expand my undergraduate experience into the next phase of my education and career. Thank you again to everyone watching and to the Alumni Association for this award.
I would now like to introduce Peter Bronk, Awards Committee Co-Chair, who will introduce our last 4 honorees.
Thank you, Peter. Ivette Rodriguez Borja. Ivette from Tustin, California, is a scholar and leader in the Tufts community. You have excelled academically and dedicated your time to public health research through the Tisch Summer Scholars Program. Your research focuses on understanding inequities by race, ethnicity, and gender in treatment for substance use disorders among older adults. You have made significant strides toward your goal of completing a manuscript for publication as lead author. Beyond your academic achievements, you have devoted much of your time to advocating for first-generation, immigrant, and low-income students at Tufts. You were a peer leader for the First Resource Center, Vice President of the Tufts United for Immigrant Justice, and President of the First Gen Collective at Tufts. Ivette, on behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, it is my honor to bestow upon you the Tufts Senior Award for all that you have done and continue to do for Tufts and the larger community. Congratulations.
Hi all. I'd like to start off by thanking the Alumni Association and Awards Committee for selecting me. This truly is an immense honor, and I'm beyond grateful to be receiving this award. I'd also like to thank Dr. Acevedo for nominating me and for being an immense part of my time at Tufts. I've known Dr. Acevedo since I was a freshman, and since then, she's been my professor, my advisor, my boss, as I was her research assistant. And, most importantly, she's been someone who just pushes me to do well because she wants to see me succeed, and I can't thank her enough for that. I also want to thank the Community Health Department for being so caring and encouraging. They look out for their students in a way that is genuine and makes you feel like you can trust or ask them for help when you need it. I think it's important for major departments to have this welcoming nature so that we as students can reach out for help or advice. I'd also like to thank Jared Smith, the director of the First Resource Center, for being an immense support in my college transition. I'm the first in my family to attend university, so when I got here, I was worried about a lot of things. I was worried about feeling alone. I was worried about adjusting to a new place. But most importantly, I was worried that I wouldn't succeed here. As a first-generation college student, there's a lot of pressure to do well because you're setting a precedent for the future of your family, and there are expectations for you to change things. It's easy to get in your head about these things, but having someone there to validate your feelings, relate to your experiences, and remind you that you are capable, that just changes your whole perspective. And I know I couldn't be where I am now without someone like Jared checking in on me and reminding me that things are okay and they will get better. And they did get better. I want to give a big shout out to the first generation community at Tufts. I love you all with my whole heart and feel blessed to have been part of such a welcoming and supportive community. I want to thank my best friends for making Tufts feel like a second home and bringing light to my days here. These are people I've laughed with, cried with, and made irreplaceable memories with, and I'm looking forward to seeing their successes and where we'll all be in a few years. Lastly, I owe the biggest thanks to my mom, my family, my mom, dad, sister, my aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone, honest. I have a big family and I want to make them proud. I'm lucky to have such hardworking parents, and I'm thankful to be receiving this award tonight because when I go back, not only will I be able to present them with my diploma, but this award certificate too. It's truly surreal. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tufts.
Saherish Surani. Rarely, if ever, do I begin a letter of recommendation with the phrase, "It is my pleasure." But in this case, it is my distinct pleasure to be writing in support of Saherish Surani's candidacy for a senior award, wrote one recommender. And we couldn't agree more. On behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, we are delighted to be able to grant Saherish with the 2021 Senior Award. When not excelling in your academics, you tutor math, teach at the X College and serve on the board, plan TEDx Tufts Talks, and lead the Tufts Public Health Society. As a first-generation American, you wrote The Stories of U.S., capturing stories of 36 undocumented and first-generation immigrants living in America, and it quickly became an Amazon bestseller. Inquisitive, curious, and solutions-driven, you co-founded iConquer to educate children about obesity, nutrition, hygiene, and diabetes in your hometown of Corpus Christi, Texas. You have shown consistent growth and commitment to your passions, and the strengths you have developed will carry you throughout your career and serve as a basis for a lifetime commitment to Tufts. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to all of you for being here, to the Tufts Alumni Association for this honor, to Joda Glossner for all her help making this a possibility, even in the midst of this crazy virtual world we now live in, and a congratulations to all the other honorees. I feel so honored to have been able to spend the last 4 years at Tufts and learn from both my professors and my peers. When I came to Tufts as a bright-eyed first year, leaving home in the midst of Hurricane Harvey's wrath, I don't think I could have ever expected to find such community in the people of Tufts, from the X College to the Portuguese language department. From long hours spent bagging and boxing supplies in the campus center to TEDx meetings on Sunday evenings in the basement of Olin, I'm so inspired by each and every member of the Tusk and TEDx Tufts teams that I've had the privilege of working with. Also, just thinking back to our first year in Hill Hall to now, I'm so grateful for the friends that I found a home in, Jonsu, Lal, Thea, Lulu, and Gabrielle. I'm also truly forever indebted to my mentors and advisors who've taught me far more than just how to own in on my thesis topic or organize a tab binder. So I wanted to say a special thank you to Professor Sam Summers, Rhea Rasmussen, Maria Champlin, Amy Goldstein, Howard Wolf, and John Westcott. And lastly, I wanted to say thank you to my parents and to my sisters, Sarah and Zoya, for always pushing me to follow my passions, whatever they may be and wherever they may be. I just feel so grateful and honored. Thank you so much.
Emily Taketa. Emily, you have left an indelible record of scholarship and community involvement. Your accomplishments are numerous, and you have embraced every academic opportunity. While pursuing a pre-med course of study, you will graduate with a dual degree in biology and child study and human development. As a Laidlaw Scholar for undergraduate research and leadership, you discovered a passion for research and collaboration, taking on 2 research projects and working with a field team in Uganda on a global health innovation program, where you developed literacy worksheets for kids. You learned American Sign Language to better understand and work with the deaf community. You have described being an RA as the most meaningful and impactful role, creating a cozy corner for your students and lending them support for their emotional well-being. As a lead RA, you helped to establish a national program for RAs. Emily, you have aptly been described as extraordinary, hardworking, collaborative, compassionate, humble, and brave. It is with great pleasure on behalf of the Alumni Council that we recognize you as a recipient of a senior award. We wish you all the best with our sincerest congratulations.
Hi, my name is Taketa, and I'm so grateful to be speaking with you today. First, I want to thank the Tufts Alumni Association for this award and their generosity. I'd also like to congratulate my peer awardees. It's an absolute honor to share this award with such amazing leaders. And looking back at my time at Tufts, I have just endless gratitude for the mentors who invested in me and my peers who encouraged me along the way. I truly would not be the student and friend I am today without my Tufts community. I remember my first year flying into Boston and not having a single friend on the East Coast, and I was very lucky to have found some of my closest friends in Miller Hall. I was so grateful to have found such an amazing support system in my first year that I'm still an RA, hoping to foster the same connections and wearing shower shoes as a senior. But being an RA has taught me more than I could have ever imagined. I want to thank my peer RAs and student workers on campus who serve our community every day to ensure safety and foster the same community. I would also like to thank the team at the Office of Residential Life and Learning, especially Tim Jordan, for showing me how to advocate for my peers and supporting student leaders. Especially during a global pandemic, it's quite an impressive feat to have so many students living safely on campus and still having a meaningful residential experience. I'm also grateful to have had many research opportunities at Tufts that really fueled my curiosity and fostered my growth as a compassionate, conscientious researcher. Dr. Steve Fuchs and Dr. Christina Reynolds taught me that research is a collaborative experience, and there are always more questions to be asked. The Laidlaw Foundation, especially Don Turkla, Diane Capone, and Andrew Singleton, have created an amazing program that empowers students to be leaders even early on in our careers and to really explore topics that we are passionate about. My work with Dr. Zareen Machanda and the Kambali Chimpanzee Project in Uganda has shown me the importance of cultural humility in research and advocating for projects that would be not only meaningful for the research body, but also the local community. I want to thank my advisor, Dr. Carrie Majamendel, for encouraging me to dive into what makes me excited and take a mindfulness moment when things get stressful. I'd also like to thank Rob Brockman and the whole Kids Kicking Cancer team for empowering me along with the kids every week. Finally, I want to thank my sister, Sarah, and my parents for supporting me at every step of the way. I truly will not be here without them, and I love you guys very much. I'm so grateful for these people and so many more who continue to inspire me every day to not just be great at what you do, but also to be good. Thank you again.
Sarah Wiener. Sarah, you are a stellar student majoring in political science and philosophy, and you have been an extraordinary student leader of the Tufts community. The unbreakable thread of your leadership on campus is your deep commitment to social justice. As student body president, you served in a key leadership position during the unprecedented challenges of COVID-19, working to keep students safe while continuing their education. You attended regular meetings with the faculty and administration with, in the words of one faculty member, your characteristic resolve, fierce intelligence, and sensitivity to all stakeholders. Described as being simply superlative, as an Ethics Bowl competitor, you helped the Tufts team place second in the National Collegiate Ethics Bowl competition. You've taught courses in literature, philosophy, and interdisciplinary approaches to address systemic challenges in higher education diversity and inclusion. You interned with District Attorney Rachel Rollins, and you founded the Jumbo Club swim team. Sarah, on behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, it is my honor to bestow upon you the Tufts Senior Award for all that you have done and continue to do for Tufts and the larger community. Congratulations.
I remember coming to this ceremony as a first year and seeing so many role models talk about their time at Tufts. Each one had contributed something to our community, developed their own philosophies of change, had theories about what responsibility to a community means, and devoted real time to critical self-reflection. To be as caring, supportive, and knowledgeable as those seniors seemed like an insurmountable feat, but I knew at least I wanted to spend my time at Tufts developing friends with people like them. As I graduate and reflect on my own time at Tufts, I'm so grateful to have gotten to learn from community members like these. Activist and philosopher Grace Lee Boggs has a quote about her theory of community that states, "You cannot change any society unless you take responsibility for it, unless you see yourself as belonging to it and responsible for changing it." Like the seniors I saw as a first year, my fellow awardees are the definition of responsible community members, and so are many students who are not receiving this award. They have taught me to accept criticism with openness, to recognize when to step into a dialogue and when to step back, how to work sustainably, about balance, the importance of interpersonal relationships and activism and leadership, how to stay energized when it's easier to feel demoralized, and about humility. I thought the seniors I saw standing on stage at this ceremony 4 years ago were role models because they were special and unique members of the class. I have been so blessed to come to know that they were, and we are, just some examples of resilient community members who constantly lift each other up in the work they do. I wish I could thank each friendly face I've met at Tufts, but I'll keep the list short. First, my parents gave me the resources, support, and values to throw myself into my time at Tufts. I have no doubt I would not be able to be as involved as I have been without the immense privilege my parents afforded me. Susie Rusinoff, you have been my advocate, sounding board, teacher, counselor, one of the only people that will laugh at my jokes, and friend. I cannot imagine my time at Tufts without having you. Professor Devine pushed me to study political science and has been an incredible support system and professor. Professor Erin Kelly, I want my mind to think like yours one day. All the professors in the philosophy and political science departments, you have shown me that my thoughts and intuitions are valid and valuable. Thank you to everyone who I've gotten to work with as president. Joe Golia, Dean Kraft, Dean Bino, Dean Lazarabar, got the executive board and I through challenges that I could have never had anticipated. Still, I cannot thank my peers enough. You all make me feel like the work I do and that I matter, and I cannot wait to see the things we change. Thank you.
This has been a wonderful ceremony, and I again want to congratulate the honorees and thank everyone who contributed to this event, including the Tufts Office of Alumni Relations, and in particular to Joda Glossner. On behalf of the Tufts University Alumni Association, we are tremendously impressed by your work and are proud to call you fellow Jumbos. Thanks so much for joining us today. Bye-bye.